At the end of the day, education is not just about equipping students with knowledge. It's about shaping their ability to think, to wonder, to act ethically in a complex and interconnected world. How do we do that? While generative AI offers quick answers and very convincing simulations, they cannot offer students the painstaking process by which healthy human communities, human understanding and insights are built. And I repeat, the painstaking process. We all know that, we're adults. It requires shared human experiences. This is why schools are more critical than ever.
Currently, around 43% of 15-year-olds in Europe lack basic digital skills, so that's almost half. 90% of teenagers have access to a smartphone, and around 40% of young people have encountered disinformation in the last week. It is clear that simply being online or using digital devices or using tech does not imply that young people have the digital skills or the competences to be confident and critical users of technology.
European Commission is really supporting its member states and beyond to build these competencies necessary to harness the benefits of digital technologies in particular.
Age-appropriate and development-oriented media education only introduces digital technology in classrooms after children demonstrate media maturity and a high level of media literacy.
For me, digital transformation is also the change of thinking. So it's not only about infrastructure, professional training, but also the way we look at education. And it's been mentioned here today already. So it means also thinking about ethics, thinking about how to involve parents into our decision-making, how to get them more involved into education.
Our real concern is not so much addiction or kids moving in the wrong direction, but their resilience. Then what are the sources of this resilience? And how can we multiply the situations in which they feel a sense of sovereign agency, self-empowerment, etc., that can then compensate possibly screen overtime?
At UNESCO, we're trying to help countries to get serious. If it is going to be public education, why are we entirely reliant on corporate tools for education? By the way, and those are corporate tools that weren't even purpose-built for education. We're appropriating corporate tools for Fortune 500 companies and trying to say that those can be used for education. Zoom is not a platform designed for education, neither is Microsoft Teams. And these spaces, despite all the sort of rhetoric around these spaces are so amazing and freeing and everything else, they're corporate, they're bland. Students don't like being on them because they're not all that innovative.
There's a dilemma. Do we want to foster well-being or do we want to teach digital skills? So I have to say that if you take a more comprehensive view of what digital skills are, that includes not the ability to use technology, but the thinking, the process, as me put it, then I'm all for including them.
This idea that the competences you need to safely navigate the digital world can be learned already in an analog way. So there's a whole range of things that you can learn and develop these competences. So if you look at the curriculum grid, you will see for the first 12 years, you can develop competences in all the different fields in analog ways that prepares you very well to later then critical thinking, content creation. You can do wonderful presentations first analog, and having an idea of perspective and proportions and colors then can also be used later digitally.